we got 16 million barrels out of the Strait of Hormuz in just the last 24 hours. That is basically to where it was before the war even started. And so that suggests that the straits really are open. Now, what I would believe is that if a ship was going near a minefield, either our Navy or somebody else's Navy, there are a lot of countries other than Iran who are in the region, might say, no, don't go there because there are mines there. And what the MOU contemplates is a 30-day period where we demine the straits, where we open up the traffic there. But no, we're not seeing any evidence that the Iranians are still closing down the Strait of Hormuz. It is going to take some time to clear those mines, though.
As we talk about that, you sat down with Speaker Mike Johnson. This conversation with Mike Johnson happened not that long ago.
Well, we agreed that we have disagreements, and I hope we can keep that conversation going, but without revealing any confidences, if you will, because I want to maintain the integrity of that conversation. He has a fundamental different view of the faith. He said to me, as I pointed out to him, that the scriptures that we read have a lot to say about how you treat the poor. In fact, there are 2,000 verses, 2,000 in scripture that tell you how to treat the poor. And he said to me that he thought that that was a matter of personal conduct, private behavior. It had nothing to do with public policy. On that point, he is so very wrong. I don't want to turn this into a Bible study, but the scriptures, the prophets particularly, which is why this book is centered around Isaiah, they have a whole lot to say about systems. Can I just lift up the one verse where Isaiah says, he says, speaking for God, I cannot endure solemn assemblies with iniquity. Even though you pray many prayers, I will not listen. Your hands are full of blood. Cease to do evil, do good, release the oppressed, give justice. This is in the very first chapter of Isaiah. The prophets deal with systems. In Jesus' very first sermon, he said, I came to preach good news to the poor. If your faith is narrow and you're saying, well, it's just about personal conduct, then you can see why people don't seem to have any contradiction between witnessing systems crush ordinary, everyday people while showing up to church every Sunday morning. But we need to have more conversation about this, because I don't believe there's another way in which I don't believe that those on the religious right believe that faith is just about narrow personal behavior, because they've got a whole lot to say actually about systems and about the distribution of wealth. They're just distributing it upward.